Hey guys, Steve Trowbridge here. Alright, well, for this video, and one of my subscribers, Lexi T, actually did a video of this a while back. It's been a few years, but, she did a video of her top 5 or 10, I forget how many it was, but, her top favorite Stephen King books, and I know there's been other people on YouTube who did this, but I saw that video, and it kind of inspired me to do my own. So I'm going to do my top 5 favorite, even though technically I have 6 books with me. There's 2 that are tied for 5th place. So yeah, this is my top 5 favorite Stephen King books. So hope you enjoy it. And remember, this is just my opinion. If you watch the video and you see it and you disagree with one of the books is in my top 5, then please give your opinion in the comment. What's your top 5? Is there any of the books that I have in my top 5 that you don't necessarily agree with or anything? But again, remember, this is just my opinion. And I still haven't read books like The Stand and It by Stephen King. I haven't read all of his books. So this list could change, but as of right now, this is my top 5 favorite books by Stephen King. So just wanted to let you guys know, get that out of the way with. Alright, so starting at number 5, we're just going to go from number 5 and work way up to number 1. But top 5 is tied with Dolores Claiborne and Under the Dome, which I just recently read and finished. After reading Under the Dome, I thought it might take Dolores Claiborne as take its place in my top 5. But really, I like both of them about the same. That might change, but Dolores Claiborne. Some people don't like this book. I actually really liked it. Like it kept me reading. I just thought it was really good. Like, I sat down and I read like 200 pages of it all in one sitting. So I mean, it was great. As you can see in my copies a little bit, I actually had it. See, what happened was I had it in my book bag, and it was raining, so it got rained on. So it's kind of the copy is kind of tattered, but it's okay. Condition is fine, but yeah, I really enjoyed this, and the movie with Kathy Bates was phenomenal too. They kind of changed the story up a little bit, but that's all right. Under the Dome by Stephen King. I did a review like just very recently, so if you haven't checked that one out, then go ahead and check that out. But Under the Dome, I thought was very epic. Usually in Stephen King's books, there's like slow moments, but I didn't think there was a slow moment in Under the Dome at all. It had so many good characters. The storyline was, fast paced. I mean, then there's, several. Well, in the grand scheme of things in this book, there's really only one plot, but there's several plots in the book going on, several different plots and things going on. So, but yeah, very character-driven book. Really good. So if you haven't read it, I would definitely recommend it. The TV show does not do it justice. 4th is Pet Sematary. Again, really enjoyed this book. Pretty disturbing book. There were definitely a few times in here. It didn't really scare me, but there were definitely a few times in this book where I was like, "Wow, that's messed up." And then plus, you just have the characters in this book are just really likable. The main family. You got crap, I can't even remember his name now. Okay, wait, what's the main character? What's the main character's name? I can't believe I forgot the main character's name. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I cannot believe I forgot the main character's name. Starts with an L, I know that. Lewis Creed. Okay, Lewis Creed, yeah. Lewis Creed, the main character, he's a very likable character, and I really got attached to the family in this book, and when they really, I mean, I guess it's kind of a spoiler alert, but like when the end of the book came and like the family just basically got destroyed, basically every single one of them except for one member of the family, which was the daughter. She was still alive by the end of the book, but when the family really got destroyed, I really felt for them, and I was really sad because the character development I thought was really good, and I just really got attached to the Creed family in this book. So, but yeah, I thought this was really good. I thought it had the right amount of character development, and it was character driven, but it was also kind of again, it didn't scare me, but it was still very disturbing at the same time. So yeah, fourth one. My third one is Christine. I've got a very, very beat up copy. Actually, my dad had this and gave it to me, but yeah, obviously my copy is very old. It doesn't even have the front page, the front cover anymore. But yeah, really like that book. I really like the movie adaptation too. I think the movie is pretty good. I've seen it so many times. And some people, I've heard in some other videos, people say it's like slow, they didn't care for it, but I disagree. I think the pace was really good. I mean, it could have been slow at some points, but I thought the pace was really good. I liked how it would have different parts of the book where it would switch viewpoints from like Dennis to Arnie and like back. I really liked that, and it was interesting to see Arnie's descent into like, you know, just to see how much the car started to possess him and everything, and how much he started to like really change and everything. And then you get like Dennis's point of view, and you could see like Dennis could tell the changes that were, you know, that were happening to Arnie. But yeah, because of the car. But yeah, I really like this book. The idea of a possessed car, I mean, that's a really cool idea, really original idea. So yeah, I really like that book. So number 2, The Shining. Again, some people don't care for it. I love this book, but I think most people really like the book. But yeah, I love this book. Again, some people said that it was kind of slow, and again, I disagree. I think that just adds to the suspense of the story. I thought the pacing was really good for what the story is. I thought the pacing was necessary, and I enjoyed it. You know, I love the characters. Again, like with Pet Sematary, the family in this story is very well developed, I feel. I got really attached to them. Jack Torrance in the book, obviously, I think most people know he's a struggling alcoholic, and he's trying to get his family together, and the family is really kind of, well, not messed up, but for lack of a better word, messed up. Like a nice functional family, but they all, you know, care about each other a lot. But like Jack Torrance is just really struggling, and he's going to this hotel to kind of like get away, and with his, you know, wife and son Danny. But yeah, I really like this book. I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was, I'll say this, I thought it was better than the movie. Okay, the Stanley Kubrick movie, that was, you know, the adaptation, the 1980 movie adaptation of The Shining by Stanley Kubrick, I didn't think that did the book justice. I think Stanley Kubrick completely butchered it. I mean, he really turned it into his own thing, which I don't agree with, but, oh well. But yeah, I mean, the characters in the book are obviously much different. You know, Jack Torrance is way different in the book than he is in the movie. Wendy Torrance is like way different, you know, in the book than she is in the movie. The only character in the movie that they really got right was Danny. But then again, in the book, Danny doesn't do that stupid finger thing. He actually sees crap, I forget again. What's the entity's name? Crap. Tony. Yeah, he actually sees Tony in visions instead of doing the finger thing. So, yeah, I don't know. And Dick Halloran was pretty much portrayed like he was in the movie, like he was in the book. But I think I'm actually in the minority that I actually like the miniseries better because it actually was faithful to the book. But yeah. Which I understand sometimes movies can't be completely faithful to the books. I understand changes have to be made, but Stanley Kubrick completely changed the whole thing, basically. Aside from a family going to a hotel, so. Alright, so, and finally, number 1, Misery. I love this book. I really love Misery. This is my favorite Stephen King book of all time. It's really not that long, but I love this book so much, and I honestly think that Misery is probably one of the scariest, if not the most scariest book that he's ever written, because, you know, something like that really could happen. Like, some people are probably like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, like, it may seem far-fetched, but something like that really could happen. Like, you could be in a wreck, and someone could, like, rescue you and take you into their house, but they could end up just keeping you there, like, keeping you prisoner. and there really are crazy people like that out in the world, you know, like Annie Wilkes in the book. So yeah, it's just really bone chilling. It's very disturbing, very suspenseful, very scary in my opinion. I've read Misery like maybe 3 or 4 times, and it never fails to scare me. So yeah, I love Misery. Um, I love the movie adaptation of Misery. It's probably my favorite Stephen. It's probably like my favorite, you know, adaptation of a Stephen King book, you know, of all time. Obviously, Kathy Bates is also in that one, and she plays Annie Wilkes really well. James Caan's really good in that too. Um, but yeah, Misery is definitely my favorite book by Stephen King of all time. Love that book. Um, I could reread that thing over and over again. But yeah, so that's my top five Stephen King. I might do my bottom five Stephen King books, maybe. I haven't really read enough. I haven't disliked most of his books, but there have been some that I haven't been so high on. So I'll maybe do that